Hey everybody, this is Shakur. I am under quarantine just like you all. I am at home. I've been at home for the last 2 weeks plus. And I decided in that time to release part one of a documentary that I'm working on entitled, a docu-series rather, entitled Left Behind. It's an urban anthology that follows the lives of three men from the Chicagoland area. It's entitled Left Behind because I feel oftentimes we can feel from this city that the city is left behind. We get bad traction in the news. We get bad acknowledgement in press. And a lot of people in the city feel as if there's an unsaid, untold story and untold stories about this city, my city where I'm from, that don't get as much play or as much attention as others. And so I decided to document the stories of black men in this city. It's a docu-series I'm working on. I want to give you guys part one tonight. I want to give you part one this evening. The first segment, the first installment in this series is my conversation with, part one of my conversation with KURTIS. KURTIS is a local artist, performer here in the city of Chicago. He tells a story. He tells the story of hope, of dreams, of triumph. He tells what he feels has impacted and impacts people the most. And I've decided to do it more of a vlog type feel. I want that complete feel, so that's why I'm filming it this way. And I want my heart to be expressed through what this body of work will be to people, what it will be to people. And so I hope you guys enjoy it. Enjoy the conversation, the questions, the answers. It was a lot of fun putting this together. I had a great team, great people helping me. And so I need a haircut, as you guys can see, but it's raw, it's uncut, and we're here, and we're doing it. So enjoy part one of my conversation with KURTIS for the Left Behind documentary series. Thank you guys. Enjoy.
I can come up with something. I can come up with something. I can come up with something. I was being lazy. Let me be for real. I'm ready when y'all are. Now I gotta go crazy because that just blew me and that wasn't even me, bro. So I gotta brush that off. I'm ready when y'all are. All right, I say. I've been trying to dodge the head and let these niggas down smoke. Cause whenever I make noise, they come out creeping like a ghost. My first show, I started off with less than 10 people. I only had like 7, maybe 8. And they didn't know who I was. They didn't know where I was from or nothing. But once I played those 2 songs, my notoriety just went up. And it goes to show that just because the crowd's small, that one person can have network ability to stretch you to somebody else. And what was crazy is I started getting a lot of attention from whoever that was that day that got me to the place I am to this day.
KURTIS, artist, rapper, creative. I'm gonna say a word, you say first thing comes to mind. You did this with me before, so. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Gift.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, this is the same thing, yeah. like the interview. All right, bet. Do we gotta do it over or we could just?
You can just keep going.
Gift to me is like something special, something that's like a deluxe.
Family.
Togetherness.
Faith.
Trust.
Music.
Innovation.
Poverty.
Lowly.
Growth.
Development.
Religion.
Practice.
Chicago.
Greatness.
You said greatness.
Greatness.
Dreams.
Inspiration.
Opportunity.
Risk taking.
Last word. Life.
Blessings.
So start off by talking about your journey. We're honing in, focusing more so on your career, in the context of the city of Chicago, growing up a black man in Chicago,
Right.
growing up in the city on the south side,
So I'm from the east side of Chicago,
on the east side.
born and raised. And
What happened to Inglewood?
I didn't move to Inglewood till I was like 14.
14.
Yeah, so like I'm from the east side of Chicago, right on 75th and Jeffrey. And even during those times, because my brother was in the streets a lot, and so much of it just being in the atmosphere, it's so easy to be influenced by the things that you see in the everyday lifestyle. And this was when I was only like 6, 7 years old, and I'm seeing bodies drop, I'm seeing fights, I'm seeing people getting robbed, gunpoint, all kind of crazy stuff. But it's like, the thing is, when your brother do so much, he makes sure that he keep you out of the way. So I really give credit to not only God, but my brother, because during that time span, he took care of me throughout that whole journey and was the first person to actually put me into the music zone. So I remember waking up in the morning, whereas he was just playing the Lil Wayne Carter tapes all the time. And I fell in love with Lil Wayne and the way he rhythmically used his lyrics and the way he flowed in songs. So when I used to go to school, and you know how you got like lunch breaks and stuff like that, I used to freestyle, or like I would entertain people, and people would tell me like, oh, you got something with your words, this, that, and the third. And me being a kid, I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, I played football and ran track, so none of that didn't come to my mind at all. I was just so important on being an athletic person and just touching people's lives with, with the ball in my hand or with the baton in my hand. So I always wanted to be an athlete. Music was never my thing initially, but I want to say around second, third grade, I started writing poems and stuff like that when we had to, when it was like a curriculum in school almost. And I used to win competitions, or I'll win things in the classroom and that nature for the way I put words together. And it just brought out another style in me, whereas I enjoyed making music. But it's like, it wasn't my career yet. I didn't really find a career in music until I really started performing in classrooms. So I want to say my first performance in the classroom was probably my senior year when I first took music as a class. And it was crazy because my teacher, Mr. Kerr, used to play beats with his piano. And every time he would play a beat, it's like I'd creatively make a song in my head, and then I'd go grab the mic, do a whole song, and people would record, do all kind of crazy stuff. And then from that point on, when I was going to college, I was going to Kennedy King actually for mass communications. And it was almost like I didn't really feel the love or like the passion to really continue to that path. So once I dropped out, it's almost like when I put all my eggs in a basket with the music, everything started rising up. I'll never forget when I first dropped my first song, it got 3,000 plays less than 2 weeks. And from that point on, I started getting booked for shows and all kind of other stuff. And when you moving so ahead in life, you would expect your family or like even certain friends to really appreciate your gifting. But it's like they really didn't see it as a career. They seen music as a hobby because I wasn't really making millions or like thousands off of it. You know how you make like a couple hundred off of it, or maybe like what, $60 to $90 after certain stuff. But it's almost like I wasn't doing it for the money, if that makes sense. I always loved music because it was just like something I was gifted at once I really tapped into it. And once I used to like tell my parents or my uncles and aunties or my cousins, like, support this or just listen to this, or I'll tell them I got radio interviews and stuff like that. It was just like one of those things they'd shrug off. But once they tell me what they love and what they, I always had a passion for, it was just like, I was always there. So you just gotta imagine you being in my shoes, having a heart for people and for what you really love against, you know what I'm saying, people mindsets on how they look at it. Cause everybody not gonna feel how you feel about your thing.
So how do you combat that?
Really God, man. I feel like I was born with a shield around my heart. A lot of people would easily get stressed, depressed, or they'd get inside out about themselves and really fall to the ground in those kind of moments. I'm not gonna sit here and say I haven't cried about it, I haven't felt bad or alone about it, but prayer definitely helped me. And I wanna say fans, like people that I didn't even know, it was times where like I would really, I'd like network my music when I'm walking outside or like when I'm in at the malls and stuff like that. And people would look and be like, oh, this decent, man. I feel like you're gonna go far, this, that, and the third. It's really people that never even knew me that seen my future more than me or than other people. So it's like good encouragement from people you don't know is gonna always be the best encouragement because you don't know them. So when they tell you stuff that's always in the vein, you looking at them like, man, I only seen you for 30 seconds. How you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it touches your heart in a way.
I think oftentimes we neglect the power of the environment. Environment is so crucial to the development, the progression, or the hold of a person. A person can be left behind, or they can be taken in and go forward depending upon their environment. And I think that's interesting that comes up in the conversation with Wyndon Curtis as he talks about what he feels to be most important and what he feels to be most apropos to the development of a person, particularly in the city of Chicago.
A person only knows what a person can do, and when it comes from the household first, it all starts from the household. So if your household discombobulated, it's gonna make you discombobulated. So if you are already dysfunctional in the mind in the household, you're gonna already come outside doing all kind of twisted stuff if the environment isn't good. So the environment is what really twists a lot of people, because I've seen good hearts tremble and turn to the wrong things just off the environment, just because he had to walk to this corner to get some food, and all of a sudden he flipped, and a whole gang member now. So it's a lot of different stuff that can occur in the environment that'll make anybody flip, just off the fact that if you're not strong-minded, you just gonna flip just like that. And you can even be strong-minded and they'll still get you. That's the hard part, in my personal opinion, is that you can actually stand up for yourself, or you can feel this kind of way and they not gonna give a damn. You just another fish in the sea to them, for them to pull through.
Hey everybody, you guys can follow me. You can keep up with everything that I'm doing on social media. My new tag, my new name, my new handle on social media is I am Jay Shakur. You guys can follow me on there, I am Jay Shakur, on all social media platforms. Go to jayshakurshow.com, figure out what I'm doing there as well. Listen to my podcast, Changing the Narrative with Jay Shakur. I'm raw, I'm candid, I'm real. I share my thoughts on everything from the meaning of life to politics. So please check out all of those social media outlets and all of those digital platforms. Kurt is a talent, a great artist that has a passion, that has a drive unlike anything I've seen before. So I hope you guys enjoyed part 1 of this. Part 2 is coming shortly. I'm excited about it, and I cannot wait to bring it to you guys. This quarantine got a brother looking rough, but I wanted to be raw and candid, and so here's the opportunity to do it. My beard is outgrowing my lips and going all over my face, but it's raw, it's candid, it has a vlog type feel that I want, and so let's do it. Like, share, comment, tell me what you think. Hope you guys enjoy this docu-series.